Calvin Castine, beautiful downtown Alburg. It's the 21st day of August 2005. We're snuck in here at the school ball field, just off, I don't know what that's called, Route 2, Route 7, I'm not sure what that route is. That takes us into Vermont. Okay, the first thing we did was accept a contribution from the New York team, the Garceau's Auto Sales and Richard's Trucking Club. John Courier is calling the balls and strikes. Jerry Davidson's going to lead it off. The defense for Alburg, the Alburg Beavers, Eric Dubé is pitching. Moose Santor is behind the plate. At first base, it's Danny Plouffe. Second base, it's Newt Johnson. Overcast day. We're going to have to put a little light on the subject here until the sun comes out. It's scheduled to be an overcast, partly cloudy day. Shortstop, let's see, David Graham. That's a base hit for Davison. And he has a leadoff single. Jimmy Brace is at third base. In the outfield, let's see, there's Justin Borbo, Jimmy Thudhope. This is Jody Barrier. There's a strike. Right center is Chris Spears. Barrier hits a shot into what could be the right center field gap. It is caught by the right fielder. Davison will retreat to first base, a well-hit ball. Let's see, Brent Cox is the right fielder. Now Randy Davison will step in for Garceau's Richards. There's the legendary Alton Brousseau here. Soon to be 62. And he is keeping score today. He's on the Alburg Beavers roster. This is the Alburg Beavers. This is the championship game of the Ernie Weir Memorial Sunday League softball. Hit through the right side for a base hit. Cox will pick it up. We're going to have Davison's at the corners with one out. Now Jeff Garceau, the batter. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Try to keep him close, I guess. The light is tough here with a gray sky, and we're on a hill, so we get a lot of sky in the picture. Goes the opposite way to left field. It's going to be extra bases. That's going to score Jerry Davison and Randy Davison. Garrow's going to round third. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is going to be safe. A 3-run, 4-bagger for Jeff Garceau. And I'll bring up Jim Davison. Doobie's pitch. Popped up. Tried to go the opposite way. And squeezed for out number 2 by the shortstop, Graham. I'll bring up Travis Davison. Herb Perro, the coach for Alburg. This is, who's got it? Center fielder's got it. For the third out, 3 runs in the first. So after 1/2 inning, it's Garceau's Auto Sales, Richard's Trucking, 3 Alburg Beavers coming to bat here on Hometown Cable, viewer-supported local television. Jerry Davison's on the pitching rubber. Jeff Davison is behind the plate for Garceau's Richards. Jim Davison looks like he's at first. Jeff Garceau at second. Travis Davison at short. Randy Davison at third base. Outfield, let's see. Well, we'll figure it out when somebody's hitting. You see Richard out there. We'll figure it out. Here's David Graham. Hits .632 for the season with 20 home runs. He looks at strike one. Bottom of the first inning, 3-0 to score. Sunday League Championship games, first round of best of three. Garceau makes the catch. 1 out. All right, now Newt Johnson at .651 with 7 home runs, I guess. It's a high fly ball. Grabbed by Davison, the shortstop. Now 2 outs and nobody on. It's Chris Spears hitting .600 with 9 home runs for the season. It's a line shot. It's a base hit into left field. Justin Sample will hustle it back in. Other outfielders, let's see, I think it's Tyler Davison out there along with Jody Barrier and Mike Richard. And here's the cleanup hitter, the pitcher, Eric Doobie. 17 home runs in a year, .633 batting average. Strike one. Way to pitch, Jerry. Way to pitch, man. 1 on, 2 outs. Hit goes the opposite way. It's going to be off to school. I say a little short.
Help yourself, mate. Help yourself, Doobie.
Alton Brousseau is the, last I heard, was the head of the school board here. That's a line shot. That could be in there. Richard will watch it. It hits over the tarmac. That's a 3-2 ball game as Doobie homers to the right center field area.
That's what I'm talking about, Doobie. Come on now, please stay with that. Come on now. All the way wrong. What do you say, Jimmy? All the way wrong, baby. All the way wrong, Jimmy. You just rock the ball. Come on. Have some fun.
Third baseman Jimmy Bracey, the batter. He had 3 homers for the season. Probably didn't play a lot. Just enough to make the playoff roster. Hits it on the ground to Garceau. He bobbles it, and Bracey's going to be on. The infield here is slick. It's slick here, so it's, by the time that ball got to Garceau, it was carrying a little bit of the infield with it. This is Brent Cox, hit .729 with 5 home runs. He's the right fielder.
Come on, Cox, let's go. Line drive after line drive.
The Alburg Sunday Beavers beat the Pine Tree Mobile Homes team and J&M Snacks to advance to the championship round. Throw to second. Called out at second.
Go, guys.
Not a close one. Baker making the call. Rick Baker. Son of the fire chief. 3-2 after 1 full. We're going to the top of the second here on Hometown Cable. We've got sunshine and raindrops to start the second inning. Just a few sprinkles, but the sun is out. Justin Sample going to step in. Pitch from Doobie. To right center field. It is through the goal post. And he'll coast in with a inside the park home run to make it 4-2. We'll bring up Rick Dumas, extra hitter in today's first game. And the pitch from Doobie. Hard hit through the left side. Get down the line. He'll stop at first. Base hit for Dumas. And Mike Richard, who's now a co-sponsor of the team, steps in. Here's the pitch. He hits a line shot to second, throw to first, no chance. A great catch, but he couldn't get his footing. Now he's catching that ball and landing in this slop right here, so he couldn't get his footing to attempt a throw to first base. That was a nice play there by the second sacker, Newt Johnson. Tyler Davison hits it to short. Throw to first will not be in time. And it goes out of play, and he'll go to second base on the fielder's choice. Now Jeff Davison, the batter. Cox coming in right field. He'll grab it. Nothing across. Oh, wait, one run across. Excuse me, that home run. One run for the Garceau's Richard's team, and it's 4-2 as we head for the bottom of the second inning here on Hometown Cable. Jimmy Tudhope hitting .628 on the season with 4 home runs. He's a left center fielder. He'll lead off the bottom of the second in this 4-2 game. His team down by a deuce. Jerry Davison delivers. Get on the ground, knocked down, picked up and over to first. Jerry Davison to Jim Davison. We have one down. Nice stop there and nice pickup by the pitcher Davison. Now Justin Borbo hit .691 on the season with 8 home runs. And he's the left fielder. Swings at the first offering, hits it to Randy Davison, over to Jim Davison, and it's 2 down. Catcher Moose Santor hit .690 on the season with 7 home runs. He's at the plate. And he looks at strike 1.
Way to look, Jerry.
And in left field, we're going to move the camera over and see that nobody can catch it.
Play your game, Moose. Come on. Come on, Moose. Let's go.
Santor hits a Sheffield type of poke.
All right.
The sample and left. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for Alburg after 2 full. It's 4-2. Garceau's Auto Sales, Richard Strucking leading the Alburg Sunday Beavers here on Hometown Cable. It's the top of the order for Garceau's. Jerry Davison leading it off here in the third. Doobie waited for his defense. Now he's set to pitch. Strike 1. Davison hits it to second. Over to first, and he's out. So it goes from Johnson to Plouffe. 1 down. And Jody Barrier, the batter. Cousin Jody.
Hey, let's take one starter, Jody, and it's you, buddy. Come on.
Jody's brother Lonnie Barrier has put me in a pickle here. Plouffe. Over to Doobie for the out. Lonnie's decided to get married on October 1st, which is the day that they're going to dedicate the George Brendler Park. So puts me in a pickle. Okay, here's Randy Davison.
Come on, you and I. Come on.
2 outs and nobody on here in the third inning. That is deep to right center field.
Randy, touch him. Gotta go, baby. If you want it, you gotta go. You want it, go. You gotta go.
Here's the throw. And he'll score rather easily. A 4-bagger for Randy Davison. 5-2 now. Now Jeff Garceau, the batter. 2 outs. Doobie delivers. That was deep for ball 1. Outside for ball 2. Here's a 2-0 delivery.
Strike. Nice shot. Foul ball. On for him. Come on, buddy.
Foul ball down the right field line. Here's the pitch to Garceau. Guess it'll be fair. Looks like to be about the same place Davison hit it. Oh, a little short. And he'll get a double out of it. Now Jim Davison steps in.
Justin! Stay hot. Relax here.
That's a base hit. That'll chase home a run. And he's going to coast into second. Now he has a courtesy runner, so apparently his wheels aren't what they should be. Let's see if he gets a runner this time. Maybe not. Oh, let me check that. He was the courtesy runner for Rick Dumas. I got that backwards. Here's Travis Davison, hits it to short. Jim Davison ran hoping to help distract the. That's safe at second. Hoping to distract the fielder, and it may have worked. So another run crosses, and Justin Sample steps in. And he drops a base hit into right field. He rounds, draws the throw, and run scores. RBI for Sample. Rick Dumas, who's recovering from a little motorcycle mishap, is at the plate. Ups it up. Out of play. Strike one.
Come on, Rick.
That's popped up. Out of play on the other side.
Wait on it, Rick. Wait on it, bud. Gotta wait on it, bud.
There's a chance to see the
Wait for it to get to you.
fans from the New York side.
I got the short one for you. Come on, Ricky.
Over there. All right, buddy.
Line shot, base hit, base hit. Sample's going to head for third, and the throw comes to Dubé. Runners at the corners, and Mike Richard at the plate. He drops a base hit into left field. He'll score a run.
Way to go, Mike. Good job.
Garceau running for Dumas, stops at second. Now Tyler Davison, the 10th batter of the inning, is up there with 2 on, 2 outs, strike 1. I believe the first 2 batters of the inning were outs. I believe all this came with 2 outs and nobody on. We're in the 3rd inning, first game of the championship series. Doobie to Plouffe for the out. Let's see, 5 runs. Makes it 9-2 as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd here on Hometown Cable. Danny Plouffe at the plate. Looks like strike 1. This is the bat he normally uses right here, this wooden one. But he felt like going for a lighter one today. It's hit into left field for a base hit. Gets by Sample. He knocks it down. Plouffe will head for second, and he will be hopping in with a 2-baser. Now Rick Baker at the plate, and it'll be the top of the order. Plouffe hit .595 for the season with 7 home runs. Rick Baker hit .652 in a year, and apparently no home runs.
Let's have fun.
There it is.
Goes the opposite way. It should drop in for a base hit. And a runner for Plouffe, Borbo, will score, and it's a 9-3 game. I mentioned who the Beavers beat to get here. The Garceau's Richard's team beat Bulls Recreation and Sample Lumber to get there. That's hit to center field. That was David Graham, the leadoff hitter, and shortstop. 1 out. Now Newt Johnson.
Got 2 if you can get it, guys.
Davison checks his defense. Here's the pitch. That's popped up. Randy Davison did a 720 and caught the ball. That's a shortstop's ball, but his nephew couldn't find it, so 2 outs. This is Chris Spears, number 3 hitter and right center fielder.
Chris, what do you say here, kid? Pave the way. Go.
It's hit hard, and to Davison, he goes to second. Randy Davison over to Garceau. We're kind of blocked out here with sparse area to try to set up in, but we do our best. It's 9-3 after 3 here on Hometown Cable. Jeff Davison will lead off the 4th. This team leading 9-3. First game of the best of 3. Championship round of the Ernie Weir Memorial Sunday League Softball. I should have said Sunday Softball League. So. As often as not, they wrap up in September, wrapping up earlier this year. It's August 21st. Base hit for Davison through the left side, and he'll stop at first. Here's Jerry Davison. There's a base hit. And we'll have runners at the corners. Rick Dumas with a Diet Pepsi, coaching at first base. Wizzy Letourneau, the Alburg first baseman, had a Budweiser in his hand. Here's Jody Barrier, cousin Jody. Runners at the corners, nobody out in the fourth. Pitch from Doobie's in there for a strike. This might get a run in. This could be a sacrifice. And it will. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Barrier. Davison scores. It's 10-3. Randy Davison steps to the plate. Pitch from Doobie. Inside.
Gary, what's the line drive?
1-1 pitch. Goes the opposite way through the infield for a base hit. Jerry Davison with the wet infield here stops at second base. The wet field definitely a factor in the game. Jeff Garceau homered last time up there. He steps in with runners at first and second. That's a base hit.
Watch in front of you, Jeff.
It's going to score a run. Josh Davison now running for Randy, I guess. Well, that makes it 11-3, and Jim Davison steps in with 2 ducks on the pond and 1 out. Gets it by Plouffe. That'll score 2 as the ball settles in the wet grass. And it's another double for Jim Davison, a 2 RBI double. Now Travis Davison. A 3-0 pitch. It's taken for ball 4. So that's going to put runners at first and second. And that brings up Justin Sample. To left center. Both runners will advance. Out number 2. The ball hit to the left center fielder, who is Tudhope. Now Rick Dumas with 2 ducks on the pond. And 2 outs. Back a third and grabbed by the third sacker. It's Brace. So 2 stranded will add up the runs and take the scores when we get to the bottom of the fourth. Eric Doobie hits the first offering to deep left field. And it's called an out. Called an out. Not sure if he got away with one there or not. Calling it out. Heck of a catch, I guess. Here's Jimmy Bracey. Straightaway center. That's off the glove. And Bracey's on with a double. Right fielder Brent Cox at the plate. 13-3 is the score. Bottom half of the 4th inning. First game of the best of 3. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Looks playable. Tyler Davison nonchalants it. 2 outs. Herb Perro, there's a here. He should be coaching at third. There he is. He's the manager, general manager, and third base coach. Now Jim Tudhope at the plate. 2 outs and a man at second. The sun coming out again. Wizzy Letourneau at first base. Fortunately for us, Wizzy does most of his swearing between innings. That's a base hit.
Easy, Jimmy, easy, Jimmy. No,
Brace scores. 13-4. Justin Borball hits a ball off Davison's glove into right field. And second and third with 2 outs. That's it deep to left field. Sample grab it for the out. 2 were stranded. That last batter was Moose Santor. And we're heading for the 5th inning. We'll add up the runs and tell you the score. Mike Richard leading off the 5th inning in a 13-5 ball game. Game 1 and a best of 3. It's it deep to left field. Barbo was back and makes the catch. 1 out. Well, Tyler Davison. First pitch was in there for a strike. Get on the ground. Picked up at short. First in time. In time. Nice play by Dave Graham at short to get Davison 2 outs. Brings up Josh Davison, who came into the game last inning. He's now the catcher, replacing Jeff Davison. 2 outs, nobody on. Hits it to Graham. Over to Plouffe. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Garceau's Recharge team. After 4.5, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Score holding at 13-5. Garceau's Recharge leading Alburg here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Danny Plouffe at the plate. It's the first pitch in the bottom of the 5th. Left field, and another sliding catch by Justin Sample. The living highlight film. Justin Sample. Rick Baker, who was a familiar sight on the New York side of the bridge, Beaumont and so on. It's at the plate. I believe it. His father was the fire chief Baker that Gordy Little and I talked to at the Bluegrass Festival a week ago. In the last 8 days, this is my 4th day that we spent part of the day in Alburg. Actually, last 9 days, 9 or 10 days, I guess. Last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then today. Baker with a base hit. So he's on with a 1-out single to bring up the top of the order. David Graham, whoa, almost hit the guy running for Baker. Did hit him. Hit Zach Barrow. I guess it did hit him. He's a slender fella, so that's a tough thing to try to hit him. Should have tried to hit him, and he had a chance of doing it. So Zach Barrow, who was running for Plouffe, is out. The batter gets a base hit. Here's Newt Johnson. Newt Johnson. It's 2 outs. Runner at first. Bottom of the 5th. That's a base hit. So it's first and second for Chris Spears. This could be big trouble. Jerry Davison over to first. Safe at first. Safe at first. Bags are full. Full of beavers. So the cleanup hitter at the plate with the bags full. Eric Doobie, the batter. 17 home runs on the season. 2 down. It's going to be foul.
Don't force it. Don't help him. Don't help him, Doobie. Help you.
On the ground. Off Davison's glove. 2 runs are going to score. All right, smack dab up the middle. Jerry Davison got the heel of his glove on it. That's all he could do. So 2-run score. Now Jim Brace at the plate, first and second. 13-7, I believe. Strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. That's a base hit. That's going to score a run. And they'll put runners at the corners. Brent Cox is the 8th batter of the inning. So with 2 on and 2 outs and 1 at the plate, 5 from 8 leaves 3 runs in. Hit on the ground. All Garceau can do is slow it up. In a drier field, he might have had that one. Throw behind the runner. He's out. He's out. The run scores. The run scores. And we're going to go to the 6th inning. We'll add up the runs.
In for some leather. Let's go.
Go. Start right back up. Start right back up.
Come on, Jerry D.
Jerry Davison, top of the order up in the 6th inning for Garceau's Richards. We have a new catcher, Kent Langlois is in, replacing Santor.
Start, Doobie.
Base hit. Let's try to stretch it, and he will be in at second. Jerry Davison gets 2 out of it.
Good boy.
Jody Barrier. The sun peeking out. It's warm, boy, when that sun comes out. Temperature's supposed to hit the 80s today. So the clouds actually a lot more comfortable than the sun.
Right. Now you're set, Jody. Now you're set, baby. Come on.
It's a muggy day. We've had a lot of rain overnight. Hit to first, then we got the out.
Over.
Randy Davison.
You look good. There it is.
Hit to Plouffe. Nice pickup. Plouffe said, I'll take this one. 2 down. Jerry Davison stays at 3rd. Top of the 6th inning. It's either 13-8 or 13-9. Garceau at the plate.
Almost there.
Come on, Duber, let's go. We're in this game.
There it is, Doob.
Knobbles away and out of play.
Nice catch. Have it up!
Out in right center field. Nothing across again for Garceau's Richards. I think they're going to check the books. I think it's 13-9 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. All right, Jim Tudhope at the plate. It's 13-8. We're in the bottom of the 6th.
Come on, Jimmy.
Game 1 of the best of 5 playoffs. Garceau's Auto Sales. And line shot to Randy Davison. We have 1 out. Garceau's Auto Sales, Richards Trucking, leading it 13-8. There's Justin Borbo. That's a base hit.
You want it? Same way.
All right, Kent Langlois, who I guess thinks he's Superman. As long as it's not Mighty Mouse, I guess. At the plate. On the bottom of the 6th. It's 13-8. 1 out, 1 on. First game of the championship round. Out of play.
Come on, buddy. Come on, Ken.
You're in charge, Jerry Davison. Let's go. Come on, Ken. Crush it. Leave it up. That's why you're here, Ken.
Foul ball. All right, got to keep this one in place. Second foul ball on the 3rd strike is an out.
Cut it.
All right, nothing. Mike, you've been doing, kid.
Alright, you should have seen some strange shots there for a moment. We have to back up and edit out Langlois' language. Here's Danny Plouffe. Some of these guys in Alburg aren't used to being on prime time. That's a base hit. 13-9 now. Here's Rick Baker.
Come on, Baker. Do what you do, Baker. Do what you do. Kent, you're off. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Going to drop in.
Hold it!
Sample will run it in after playing it on a hop. Top of the order now, David Graham, the shortstop. 13-9 to score, so the potential tying run is on deck. Should make it 13-10, is mispaid by Richard. And we're going to have an out. Run scored. 13-10, run scored as we go now to the 7th inning. Garceau's Richard's leading Alburg here on Hometown Cable. They've been working on second base, getting the hook back in, so kind of slid out in that last play that ended the prior inning. Gave us a chance to back up and do that editing that we saw on Langlois' at bat. Here's Jim Davison. Strike one. 13-10 is my count on the score. The top of the 7th. Game 1 in the best of 3. Championship round of the Ernie Weir Memorial Sunday Softball League. Strike.
Come on, Jim. Come on, Jimmy. This way, Jeff.
Doobie's pitch. Line shot, base hit for Davison. He will stop in the slop and go back to first. No advance. That was Travis Davison flying out. Now Justin Sample will step in.
Come on, Beavers!
There's the pitch. Sample hits it through the infield. Jim Davison rounding third. He will hold at third. The runners at the corners.
Come on, Beavers!
Come on, guys.
Rick Dumas, the batter. Mike Richard on deck.
Come on, Doobie!
Runners at the corners with one out.
Come on, Ricky D. Be patient. Plenty of strikes here, Rick.
That's a base hit. There's a throw to third, and the runners at the corners. Ball's misplayed. Justin Sample hustling in and scores. Dumas on at first. Now Mike Richard. 2 more makes it 15-10. That's out of play. Let the records show that Herbie Perro offered to provide us with a glass of water. Also a good host. Runners at the corners. Now Tyler Davison at the plate. I said ball one outside. Let's hit back to Doobie off his glove. Run scores. Make it 16-10. Richard limping off.
We need something deep here.
Here's Josh Davison, fouled into the crowd.
Oh, buddy, come on! Tyler tagging on a deep fly here.
Line drive. Runners at the corners. We have a new catcher this inning, Justin Rushlaw, in for the Beavers, replacing Langlois. Top of the order now, Jerry Davison.
Jerry, he's got to come to you here. Get some good pitch there.
Justin, catch that ball first.
Base hit.
Tag him, Justin, tag him. Watch third, hang on.
To score.
Back up, man. The base still need a first base goal.
Come on, Red, get out of there.
Now Jody Barrier at the plate. Top of the 7th inning. Garceau's adding to their lead here. 0-1 pitch is swung on. We strike 2.
Way to waste it, Jody. That's going. Jody, way down here, baby. Keep your way. Keep your way. Come on, Jody.
That's a fair ball.
Down.
The base hit.
Right here.
And the bags will be full.
Go,
Rand.
Randy Davison will step in as soon as he figures out which bat he's going to use. High fly ball. It's a fair ball.
Oh, no, hold.
There's a throw to the plate. No advance.
Nice play, no.
No advance.
Good hustle, Danny.
Good job by the second baseman Newt Johnson, firing a strike to Rushlaw. Now Jeff Garceau, plate for the bag, still loaded. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Doobie. That's a base hit. That's going to score a couple. It'll be 2nd and 3rd. Jim Davison led off the inning. He's the 12th batter of the inning. They have 10 defenders and an extra hitter, so they bat 11. Both teams batting 11 today. First base is open. Pitching him carefully. Looks like got a strike out of him that time. 3-1 pitch is inside. Ball 4. So Jim Davison walks to load him up. Now Travis Davison. That's a high fly ball to left field. Should be caught. Garceau's Richard's team leaves them loaded. They send up 13 batters. Score 7. We're going to count the runs, add them up, and go to the bottom of the 7th. I believe it's 20-10 as we start the bottom of the 7th, a 7-inning ball game. Newt Johnson at the plate for Alburg. Down by 10. 10 to tie, 11 to win. Look out, foul ball, strike 1. Out of play.
Come on, head in there. Watch out back, go right through the ball. Base hit, all the way. Hit it square.
Pretty good turnout today in Alburg.
Hold on, Jerry. Worry about where it goes, just hit it square, kid.
There's a pitch from Davison.
Way back, yeah, way back.
Out of play on the 2nd foul ball on the 3rd strike, so he's out. 1 down.
Come on, kid. Go!
This is Chris Spears with 1 out. Nobody on. Hits a base hit through the left side.
Right here. Go in! Oh, he's there!
That's a foolish extra base. They're down by 10. That could have been the 2nd out. That's a foolish extra base.
Come on, Doobie! Get it flat, Doobie! Come on, Red!
Eric Doobie.
Yes, Jerry.
It's a base hit. I'll make it 20-11.
Good fire.
Doobie's on with a single, RBI single. Now I'll bring up Jimmy Brace.
Good eye, Brace. Good eye. Squeeze that out.
1 out, 1 on, 1 in. It's a foul ball.
Foul ball. Brace. Launch the back and throw it. Yes.
No pitch.
1-1 here. Count 21. Let's go.
Runner was off the bag, so no pitch.
Watch it, Brace.
Time was called. No, strike 2.
Get ready, kid. Yeah, Jimmy. Let us run.
Second and third with one out for Brent Cox.
Hard. Come on, Brent. Light drive. Light drive, Brent.
To short for the first. Just in time, 2 down. Davison to Davison for the out. Scores a run. 20-12.
Back, Tyler.
Come on.
Now Jimmy Tudhope.
Everything's in front.
Pitch. Up the middle, base hit. That's going to make it 20-13. He's in at second.
What do you say?
Now Justin Borbo.
Just like that, Justin. Just like that. Red wheels, buddy. Gotta bring it.
2 outs here in the 7th inning, bottom half. This could end it. And that'll do it. Garceau's Auto Sales, Richard's Trucking takes game 1 by a 20-13 score, and that's the way it was. And Ernie Weir Memorial Sunday League Softball on Hometown Cable. Thanks for watching, and for those of you supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable, TV worthy of your support.